So, I like murder, you like murder. Well, let's just say for the sake of the video you do. But I don't. Crap. Great. I'm in jail. You see, this is my problem. I can't do stuff like killing my audience or committing murder because I'll get arrested or something. And I bet you guys feel the same way. So, that's what this video's about. Why murder should be legalized. So, you pay my bill. First, let's start with the general reason why this is good. Overpopulation! Overpopulation is clearly a problem. I mean, look at how many people there are. There's clearly way too many. But there aren't that many people here. I bet I could count them. Well, yeah, there aren't that many people in this location. Or, I guess there aren't many wherever you are when you take a walk. What am I talking about? You guys don't go outside. When you take a walk or go for a drive, but trust me, there are a lot more than you think. Let's see what our stat guy says. Because of advancements in technology, the population has actually gone up. As you can see here, during around 1804, the world's population was only around 1 billion, but has since gone all the way up to 8 billion. This would obviously cause a lot of problems for up here. This would obviously cause a lot of problems, such as food shortages, lack of housing, less job opportunities, general poverty, and more people are having the opportunity to litter or pollute the environment. All these things would be lessened, and maybe even some of them could be stopped if there were less people on the planet. And as we know, murder would help that. As you saw, overpopulation is clearly a very large issue that should be dealt with. But since we don't have any way to legally kill people, we can't really help that. Unless there are two ways I can think of that are legal to solve this issue. Self-defense, which isn't really a good plan, or the death penalty. The death penalty isn't legal where I am, but it is in other places, 27 states to be exact. But there's a problem with this. People think it's inhumane, and if you're falsely convicted, you can't get a chance to get out. But I don't care. Just get better lawyers or something. And isn't it better to just remove people that did unspeakable things rather than just put them in jail? If they're gone, they can't do more harm. It's simple math. Also, not to mention, there's quite a bit of overcrowding in prisons at the moment. It would just be better to remove some people or cut off the fat if you like analogies. But anyways, the death penalty isn't really a very long-term solution for the fact that not everybody will get killed when incarcerated. And we do have to keep in mind that there's been being more people being born than dying. And of course, that's not going to change anytime soon. Unless we legalize murder. It would solve so many issues. As my helpful stat guy said, we also have quite a bit of problems with inflation and food and water shortages around the world. Having less people around would let a lot more people live happily, without having to spend a fortune on essential things because we're running out. Oh no. Thank you, cameraman, for saving me from that huge fall that you absolutely could have grabbed me from. Thank you so much. Well, people aren't able to buy stuff because of inflation, not because there's too many people. Well, unknown person at home or in my class, why do you think inflation is even a thing? Well, because rich people hoard their money? Well, yeah, partly. But it's also because there's a lot of people buying things that would normally be cheaper. But because so many people need it, there's less of it. And do you know what that means? It means everything is more expensive because there's too many people. Well, what about the families that will be separated because their loved ones are dying? Well, what about the families that will be separated because they can't afford to live on an overpopulated planet? And what about the families that will barely be able to take care of their kids because they can't afford food or health care for them? Even with affordable healthcare, someone will be taken care of first, and it will end with a worse outcome in the long run. I don't see you coming up with any better ideas. What about my family? Well, they could die too. Yeah, as much as I know I wouldn't like it, I'm not giving only the people I know an exception. I'm not a hypocrite. Overpopulation is a problem, and if they die, so be it. Anyways, if you really do want to be strict with it, we could have it be that you have to have a license to kill that you have to renew every once in a while. But either way, it would still be legal for you to commit murder, even with the extra step. Well, I guess that's really it. A dumb joke turned into an actual argument for some random school project. Well, I'm gonna go evade the law again. See ya. Wait, is that the police again? Crap.